today we can start right away on the part that I am in charge of, which is something I said last time with the theory of the market. Okay, theory of the firm will be taught by my firm together with the data analysis. So what I am in charge of is the theory of the market, where we talk about basically the competition among firms in the market on the imperfect nature, right? Imperfect competition analysis. So when we talk about imperfect competition, we have monopoly, right? And oligopoly and monopolistic competition. Now, according to the history of I/O that I explained last time, in the modern analysis of I/O, we focus a lot on the strategic behavior of the firms. The book is also, something about the industrialization, the strategic analysis, and therefore, since we have only 45 hours of class, our main focus is going to be on the strategic analysis of behavior of firms. Means we are going to talk about the oligopoly, the game theoretic approach. Okay, so I'm going to start with a first framework, which I say is the quantity game, competition among firms, the quantity game. Okay, quantity game. Now I think part of this you already learned in macroeconomics, and then we are going to build on the knowledge we have learned in microeconomics, okay, to have a deeper analysis about the theoretic approach. So, the firms can compete based on different strategic variables. These strategic variables can be quantity, price, quality, advertising, research and development, innovation, okay, digital transformation, so on and so forth. The one we use as the benchmark analysis is quantity game, where quantity plays the role of the strategic variable. Okay, so we assume that we talk about a duopoly. Oligopoly, but here we have two firms, so we have duopoly. Okay, instead of oligopoly, then we have two firms in the market that compete one against the other, and they face the same demand. Okay, the price is A minus B Q, but I'm going to give a specific demand function where price equals to the word is pretty small, so I have to write really up here. Price equals to 60 minus YT. I have two firms, firm 1 and firm 2. Firm 1 has the quantity Y1, firm 2 has the quantity Y2. And the total output in the market is YT, the sum of Y1 and Y2. The two goods are completely substitutable. Okay, the goods are homogeneous, and therefore, in order to compute the total quantity in the market, I can add the two quantities together, Y1 plus Y2. Now remember, when the goods are differentiated, we are not going to just add them together like that. Later on in the class, we are going to have a case where goods are not completely substitutable, means the goods are differentiated, then demand function is going to look differently. So, this is the demand for the two homogeneous products. And then I have the cost for the two firms as the following. C1 is Y1 squared. And C2 is 15Y2 plus Y2 squared. So that is going to be consistent with the graph I have in my slide that I'm going to show maybe next time. data. Okay. 15y2 plus y2 squared. 15y2 plus y2 squared. We're going to use this data for classes from now up to the end of next week before your day holiday. So remember this thing well. Okay? So duopoly, two firms, firm 1 and firm 2. The two firms set the objective of maximizing profit. So please write the maximize profit 1 as function of y1 and y2 by choosing y1 non-negative. Okay, so can you write down the function of profit 1 as a function of y1 and y2, please? You write down by yourself. Profit 1 is total revenue minus total cost. Right now the profit function. As a function of y1 and y2. Total revenue is B times y1 minus cost 1, okay? B times y1 minus cost 1. And B is 60 minus y in t, so 60 minus y1 minus y in 2, right? Pi 1, profit 1. See the price. Total revenue minus total cost. Okay. Profit is total revenue minus total cost, right? Okay, good. I see some good answers. Total revenue 1 minus total cost 1. 60 minus 1, yt is y1 plus y2. So 60 minus y1 minus y2. Okay. Okay, good. Now, just look at the pi 1 first. Pi 1 is 60 minus 1 minus y2. Okay, good. So, once you have it, pi 1, okay, as 60 minus y1 minus y2, all multiplied by y1 minus y1 squared. The profit function for firm 1. Now, firm 1 can only control the quantity of that firm itself, cannot control the quantity of the other firm, right? So firm 1 can only choose the y1. Taking y2 as a parameter, given parameter, something that I cannot control. Okay, I'm going to maximize my profit by choosing my y1, taking y2 as given. So how can I do it? I take the derivative of y1 with respect to pi 1 with respect to y1, right? So I'm going, once you write down, I'm going to take d pi 1, dy 1, set it equal to 0, okay? And then you are going to write y1 as a function of y2, and give me that equation. derivative of pi in 1 with respect to y in 1. So then equal to 0. Okay, I see some still don't have it. So 60 minus y1 minus y2 times y1 minus y1 squared, right? So take derivative, please. Derivative of pi 1 with respect to y1. Set equal to 0 and then give me that equation. Okay. Divide by 4. Okay. Double check. Okay, that's good, yes. Tịch đủ chưa? Tất nhiên học nữa luôn. Không học nữa quên. Một là học, hai là không học. Mỗi ngày dual choices. Lấy đạo hàm của y giảm đi một vòng hàm của y2. Hãy cho tôi cái hàm số đó, cái tâm hàm số đó. Okay, good. Okay, once you guys have that equation, now you're going to draw the graph. Draw this graph. Please draw the graph where y2 is here and y1 is here. Why? Because it's consistent with the graph I have in my laptop, and I'm going to show you when we already finished all the model. So, the answer is 15 minus y2 divided by 4, okay? Now draw it. Draw in the graph of y2 versus y1. We do one at a time, okay? We do one equation at a time. Problem for one, and then later on we can have problem for firm two. So good. See, some have good answers. Okay, so what do we have? Y1 is Y2 is 0, Y1 is 15. Right? Y1 is 0, Y2 is 16. Very small board, so I really need to save my space because I have to write a lot of things. Okay, so what does this straight line tell us? It tells us that when Y2 make a choice of quantity, for example here, that Y1 has a reply of choosing Y1 at this level in order to maximize its profit. Okay, here, Y1 here, Y2 here, Y1 here. Okay, and therefore this one is called the I put a little R here, where R stands for the reaction function, the best response function, the best reply. Okay, it has a lot of names. This is the best response function of firm one, or reaction function. Okay, or the best reply, or the best response function. So whatever the R stands for, can be either of them. Depends on the book you're using, depends on the author familiar with, and so on. Okay, so that's the reply of firm one for a given choice of output from two. And that tells us that when the market has only two large suppliers, the decision of one firm depends a lot on the behavior, depends a lot on the decision of the other firm, right? And therefore, when we talk about duopoly or oligopoly, one of the key words is the interactions among firms. The interactions among firms. Okay, what I do depends not only on what I think, but also depends on what you do. Okay, do the same for firm two, please. Do the same for firm two and tell me the reaction function for firm two. Okay, what do we have? Okay, 45 minus y1 over 4, right? Can you draw it? It's going to be something like this, okay? And what does it represent? It represents the reaction of firm 2 for a choice of firm 1. Right? And now we need to determine the Nash equilibrium. Did you watch the movie A Beautiful Mind? And it has the name of John Nash? You should, okay? Watch that from now until next week, Wednesday, right? We haven't had our next class Tuesday. Tuesday. Watch it over the weekend. Okay, I might ask questions on Tuesday. Okay, so Nash equilibrium. What is the definition of Nash equilibrium? I believe you've learned in macro, right? Nash equilibrium is I make my choice. Given your choice, I make my own, my best choice. Given your decision, and then you make your choice. Given my decision as well. Okay. So, in order to find the Nash equilibrium, we are going to solve these two equations simultaneously. Means we look for the intersection point between the two. Okay, so you tell me what is y1 Nash, y2 Nash equals to what? Give me the answers for the Nash equilibrium output, the pair of output. 13 and 8, yes. 13 and 8. You solve these two simultaneously. Okay, next, we solve for the two profits. Profit Nash of firm 1, profit Nash of firm 2. Give me the answers. Another vector. Remember this class has a lot of computations, okay? You have to compute very quickly, decisively and quickly. Put these numbers here, right? Put these numbers in there. You prime 1, prime 2. Some more friends who have come up with the answers. Tập trung vào nha. Môn học này nếu mà các bạn chỉ ngồi ngắm ngắm như này thì chỉ buổi này buổi sau thôi là nó sẽ độ phèo lên. Không dễ đâu nha. Cái follow thì rất dễ, nhưng mà không follow nó rất là logic. Không như thế là đến lúc thi các bạn một là phải cứ follow những bước như thế này thì sẽ làm được, nhưng mà nó sẽ nhiều tính toán, cho nên là phải tính nhanh nữa thì mới có thể được điểm cao, còn nếu không thì may lắm thì chỉ đạt. Vừa làm thì nghĩ, không thời gian nghĩ nữa. Thực ra chỉ kiểm tra về logic thôi, nhưng mà vì muốn logic thì lại phải tính, thế cho nên là phải tốc độ. Nên là logic vui đến chỗ này như là đi mua dậy hết rồi. Chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu từ bước sau đây. Ok. Các bạn nào vẫn đang ngồi ngắm nghía chưa ghi chép gì thì xin mời ghi chép đi. Đây cũng là buổi thứ hai, tôi cũng đang cho các bạn thư giãn một tí. Vào muộn ok cứ vào học. Ngồi vẫn còn ngắm chưa ghi, ok bây giờ bắt đầu nhá. Đi vào nhá. Vì thứ này nó chưa khó. Thì sau cái này bắt đầu khó này. Okay, so answer is the factor of profit 338 and 128. Okay. So far, is there any questions? No. Okay. Question. You write out the question for me. For a given level of profit of firm 1, for a given level of profit of firm 1, in parentheses, for a given level of profit of firm 1, in parentheses, profit equals to Nash profit 338. Okay, find all combinations of Y2, Y1, of Y1, Y2. Find all combinations of Y1, Y2 so that profit of firm 1 remain unchanged. Find all combinations of Y1, Y2 so that profits of firm 1 remain unchanged. Means remain still 338. So for one level of profit of firm 1 to be unchanged, for example, the levels of 338, find all the combinations of Y1, Y2, find the locus if you want another word for that. Okay. And show it in the graph, show it in the Y2, Y1 space. And show them in Y2, in Y1, Y2 space. Okay. And the one we are talking about is called the we keep the profits remain unchanged. And therefore we have a term for that. Means the ISO means we are looking for the ISO profit curve. In other words, we are going to rewrite this equation here. Okay, time 1, 60 minus y1 minus y2 times y1 minus y1 squared equals to 338. You look for all combinations, you look for the locus. How does it look like in the graph here? The combination of y2, y1. Understand the question? you should write down y2 as a function of y1, right? You should rewrite the equation in the form of y2 as a function of y1. Don't you think? Yeah? And then try to draw that graph. What kind of equation, what kind of graph is that? Non-monotonic for sure, right? It's a curve, yes, it's non-monotonic. y2 as a function of y1. Rewrite. No, I mean from here, okay, you write y2 as a function of y1, right? Make it a function like y as a function of x. So you change it, you say y2 as a function of y1 and try to graph it. Got it? Draw y2, rewrite y2 as a function of y1. And tell me how it looks like. Okay, you see? It's non-linear. It's everything, right? Từ cái phương trình kia của cô nói tiếng Việt. Từ cái phương trình kia, bây giờ mình muốn vẽ, thì tóm lại là mình muốn vẽ phương trình mà cô viết trên bảng này, trên đồ thị của I2, I1, đúng không? Tôi muốn vẽ cái phương trình này. Đầu tiên dễ nhất là tôi sẽ viết lại I2 bằng một hàng của I1. Xong sau đó thì tôi coi I2 là Y, I1 là X, tôi sẽ vẽ. Đúng không? Đấy. Bây giờ giải ra I2, I2, I1 nhất sang đây này, 338 sang đây này. Đầu tiên xem cái phương trình nó là hình dạng gì đã. Tuyến tính hay phi tuyến thì bậc 2 hay bậc mấy? Có phải bậc 2 không? Quadratic? No. Linear? Absolutely not. Quadratic? No. Exponential? Yes. It's exponential is divided by y1, so y1 to the minus 1, so it's exponential. So try to graph it. Graph it. Draw the graph. Gọi là để khảo sát sự biến thiên của hàm số, đúng không? Mấy đoạn hàm bậc 1, đoạn hàm bậc 2. Khảo sát xem nó đơn triệu hay như nào, điểm uốn là như nào, vân vân. That's how you do it, you know, in the most analytical way. But for a shortcut, you can use your calculator or any software you want and try to grab it and show me how it looks like. This ChatGPT or Desmos or whatever the type you can have. And you tell me how it looks like this graph. Definitely, it's not a monotonic relation, so it's not easy, right, to draw it. So you need help of a answers. Anyone is able to draw it by using a software or draw by hand? Okay, yes. That's how it looks like. Cô ở đây được sư đến khi nhờ cô được ạ. mối quan hệ như thế nào? Vẽ cả 4 góc 4 xem nào. Đây góc kia cùng nhận lại để các bạn hình dung là nếu mình có chia cho y một thì hình nó sẽ là như nào. Có tiện nó vừa là có tiện cận xiên đúng không? Nếu các bạn nhớ chẳng cần mấy tiện cận xiên nhé, không ngồi cái gì nữa là ok rồi. Hình này gọi là hình gì? Good question. Gì? Hyperbol à? Cô không nhớ lắm. Hình gì cô không nhớ. Đây, nó có cái tiệm cận xiên này này. Tiệm cận xiên của nó tiệm cận này. Chính là cái 338 chia cho y1 đấy. À, chia cho y1 là cái này. Tiệm cận xiên là cái phần tuyến tính của nó ấy. Ok. Anyone has it in a phone? I can borrow and show it to the class. Anyone draw it in a... Okay, can I borrow yours? Okay, good. Okay, I want it to be in all 4 quarters like this. Okay, this is how it looks like. Your friendly graph. Is that friendly? Okay. This is the graph that you expect to get once you draw it either in hand or now, okay, so then mathematically we can draw the graph like this. Okay, and I want you to know that this relation is non-monotonic. Okay, and then we can continue to say, since our quantities, our output are positive, non-negative actually. Okay, then we only look at the quarter one. Okay, quarter one of the graph. And therefore it looks like a parabola. It looks like a parabola only in quarter one. Because if you look at my lecture or something and you say, oh, this is, but it's not a parabola, it's not degree 2. Right? So, conclusion. It is concave. Right? It's concave like this. Only in the first quarter, right? Even though it goes down here and then another one here. Okay. And this is how the isoprofit looks like. Isoprofit for firm 1. That means at any point here, the profit of firm 1 is 338. got two more as of profits in this graph. I'm gonna draw one down here and one up there. Okay. And you guys tell me, assuming that I have profits, instead of 338, now I have 350 higher profits. Then it corresponds to which graph? The higher one or the lower one? Higher, I mean here. Lower, I mean here. So this is 338. So 350 is going to be up or down? Up there or down there? Think before answering. If I have 350 and then I have 320. Okay. What if I have 350 and I have 320? Then it should correspond to two other graphs. Okay. And one answer from my friend. Let's see other friends who. Okay. You?
When the profit is the first one profit is up, it means the output of the culture is lower.
Okay.
So it's lower curve.
Okay. Your name?
Sure.
John says lower curve. Reason is profit is higher, Y2 is lower. Right. You?
I explain it in Koshi. So, y2 equal minus 2 y1 plus 60 minus profit over y1. So, using Koshi, we know that 6 minus Q1 minus profit over Q1 always smaller than a fixed number, smaller than number that increase.
two answers, one from Quang and the others from John. They show that the lower one should be corresponding to the higher profit. Which one do you prefer? Which explanation do you prefer? When you agree, you don't agree, you don't understand. I mean, there are several ways, many ways to explain it. Okay, the conclusion is right. Conclusion is the lower curve here corresponds to higher profits. Okay, there are many ways. This is one way from Quang and she'll explain it also the other way. Now I can, to me, you can also see it from the following. If I take derivative of pi 1 with respect to y2, okay, d pi 1 dy2, that's going to be minus y1, which is always negative, right? Right? Meaning that, somehow similar to what Tim said, right? Meaning that as long as y2, we lower the y2, then we increase profit of firm 1 of pi 1. Okay? And vice versa. We increase y2, profit of firm 1 is lower. Okay? Pretty easy to see from mathematical approach. The other ways around, we can think it economically. You look at the relation here, the two goods of firm 1 and firm 2. When y2 sells more, then firm 1 sells less. So the two goods, in this case, we say the two goods are substitutes or complements? Substitutes, right? Substitute. The two goods are substitutes. And we can say it's a minus here. Firm 2 sells more, firm 1 sells less. Firm 2 sells less, firm 1 sells more. So I can also say strategic. Substitute. When firms compete in quantity, then the quantity is strategic substitute, meaning that the sign of the reaction function is negative. Negative sign in the reaction function. Later on, you are going to see the case where the reaction function is positively sloped. It's not negative this way. In that case, we are going to say is strategic complement. Means high, high, low, low. You are high, I said it high. You are low, I said it low. In this case, you said it high, I said it low. Here. Okay, so you sell more, I sell less, and therefore I gain less money. Right? Vice versa. You sell less, I sell more, I have more money. So very intuitive. As we serve the market, you sell more, I can only sell less, and therefore I cannot make a lot of money. I can only make a lot of money when you sell less. So you sell less, my profit is higher. Okay? Mathematical explanation either here or here. Whatever you feel comfortable with, in order to help you to remember, okay, you go with that. Or otherwise, after the class today, you can only memorize this. That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Means, if you go this way, profit of firm 1 goes up. That's something I want you to memorize. Any questions? questions? Clear? Okay. Next. Continue. Now, for a given output of firm 2, okay, for example, I have y2 equals to y2 hat for some level. I ask a question for myself. Y2 remains unchanged as the y2 hat. You show me one point. You show me what? You show me the point that corresponds to the output of firm 1. So that profit of firm 1 is maximum. See? So this is one question, and then the other question, right? The next question is, if you want to follow the lecture, you can write down the question so that when you revise materials, you can learn how you can remember it better. Question number 2. Question number 2, if you want to write, for a given y2, in the graph with isoprophic curves, show the point where profit of firm 1 is maximum. Where the profit for 1 is maximum. Show the point where profit for 1 is maximum. Means show the level 1, 1. Okay?
cộng trừ lại.
Answer, please. Answer, please. Any answers from here?
Quân bảo là quân kia.
Yeah? You? No? Sai có sao đâu. Sai cảm nhớ mà. Ví dụ như cái gì nào? Góc bên này ví dụ như cái gì nào? Ví dụ như cái gì mà sợ sai mà.
Quân vẫn bảo là cái đường giao thứ nhất của
Ok, đường thứ nhất là đường thấp nhất hay cao nhất?
đường ở giữa.
Đường giữa 338 á?
Đâu?
Ở giữa là 338. Ở dưới là 350, ở trên là 320. Ở giữa là 338, ở trên là 320, ở dưới là 350. Vậy so sánh ba cái đường này với nhau thì mình đã thấy là điểm nào cho lợi nhuận cao hơn? 350, đúng không? 350. Nếu như chỉ so sánh ba điểm này với nhau, ok, nếu mà chỉ so sánh ba điểm này với nhau thì đây sẽ là K20, 338, K50. Xong các bạn thấy đây lại 350, 338, K20. Các bạn thấy không? Càng xông vào đây thì lợi nhuận nó càng tăng lên, xong nó vẫn lại giảm đi. Như vậy cái điểm cao nhất nó phải ở gì? Đâu đó ở giữa này. Đó. Đó. Ở giữa như nào? It's the tangent between an isoprofit and the y-hat, y2. Right? The tangent. But the tangent, how? Anyone, if you ignore the story here, someone was talking about the derivative, someone was talking about the way to find it. How can we find the one in this case? How can you find it? If I give you 1, 2 equals to 12, How can you find y1? Okay. Say it out loud.
We use the reaction reply response line of y1 according to y2.
In this case, it's what equation?
It is y1 equal 15 minus y1 divided by 4. Y2 divided by 4.
Okay, Dương said that in order to find the value, so we have it here, right? Up and down. The tangent point. So you see, profit, go up and then down. You see? So if you want, you can draw another graph here. Profit of 32 go up and down. The next question, how can we find this y1? Hat. Cái chỗ này ý cô muốn nói thì cô sẽ các bạn nhìn thấy reaction function, reply function, best response function. Chứ còn một cái tên đó là reaction reply response nhé. Either of them, you can take one of the three names here. So, how can we find the values of y1? Dương said we are going to replace it here. y2 equals to 12. 12, 4, 3, 15 minus 3, 12. y1 is 12. Agree? Is that good to replace it in there? No? Okay, so then you tell me how. Okay, you can erase what Zoom said. Tell me how we can find y1 hat here. Everyone, take 1 more minute and think and tell me how to find y1 hat. Again, you can state the problem for one more time. For a given y2, find y1 to maximize profit of firm 1. Show it in the y2, y1 space. That's the problem, okay? If you want to state it as the problem, that's what it's going to be. So can you show me how to find it? You got okay? No? What's wrong? Chưa hiểu đâu thế nào không hiểu? Ok, cho một cái y xác định, y2 xác định. Hãy tìm y1 sao cho lợi nhuận của hãng 1 là lớn nhất. Thế cái đầu tiên này đến đây hiểu rồi. Ok. Đến đây hiểu rồi. Tôi càng xuống dưới này thì lợi nhuận nó càng tăng, cho nên tôi xuống nữa cũng được, xuống nữa nó không tăng, đúng không? Cho nên là tối đa là tôi chỉ được ở mức này thôi, còn lên nữa thì lợi nhuận nó thấp hơn. Ok, rồi bây giờ hỏi tiếp, vậy thì làm nào để tìm cái giá trị này? Graphically saying that's a tangent between the ISO profit and the y2 hat. But algebra, analytically saying,
How can we find y1? What do you think?
Is the tangent point, so so profit is max. So it's at its peak. So derivative of the isotropic function is equal 0, and then you plug the Q1 back into the Y2 equal that.
Okay. Show it for one more time. See what's going on.
Sát bên trái hả?
Hơi giống bạn. Đấy đúng không? Đặt bằng em nào.
kết quả Y1 là bằng mấy? Pi á. Đây là câu hỏi rồi, nó phải bằng mấy? Tần số á. Y mấy bằng 2 là sao? Có cho Y2 bằng Y2
gốc là giảm cao hơn Y2 gốc thì là thấp hơn để đi hơn.
Là kết quả là pi là Y1 bằng mấy? Mấy nào trả lời rõ ràng là Y1 bằng mấy? Đấy. Ngạn chắc chắn đi. Cái này tính cho cô sẽ đi bằng Y1 bằng mấy? Dương mấy? Các bạn nghe hai câu trả lời nhá. Đây này, cô cho Y2 bằng 12. Bạn ấy tính ra được Y1 cũng bằng 12 và Y1 bằng 288. Chưa? Bạn Dương làm bằng cách plug vào cái phương trình reaction function kia. Cũng ra Y1 bằng 12, Y1 bằng 288. Suy ra giống nhau không? Bây giờ các bạn nghe khác biểu lại nhá. Cho tôi Y2, hãy tìm Y1. Hay là với những Y2 cho trước, hãy tìm Y1 sao cho lợi nhuận của hãng một là lớn nhất. Tìm mối quan hệ này. Ok? Ở đây với một Y2 cho trước, hãy tìm Y1 sao cho lợi nhuận của hãng một là lớn nhất. Phát biểu khác nhau, không hệt nhau. So what we need is this point has to lie on the reaction function. I'm going to hold the top. That's how I draw it, like this. This is the reaction function of the one. Y1, reaction function. Reaction function of firm 1 is going to go through all the top of the isoprofit of firm 1. Okay? Okay? So this is my look like. So therefore, once I give you y to have, you can only put it here and you have exactly the same answer as what you do here. Nothing is wrong, but it's just simpler, okay? Easier. Any questions? Clear? Yes? For y2, you do the same, okay? Draw the reaction function. You have the isoprofit. So this is the one we are doing here is a non-cooperative. Behavior. Non-cooperative behavior, where two firms are competing one against the other. So this is one behavior. Next time we are going to consider the other behavior. Okay? We are going to base a lot on the concept of isoprofit, the curve here. Okay, to analyze the game. We are going to keep the data here for all the lectures before the day holiday. So, okay, at home try to redo this. If you want, you can check the book out, Louis Cabran, and then start reading. They have some exercises if you want numbers. Okay, you can have other numbers, other equations. So that and understand more. Okay? Stop here for today.